I don't know. That's some bullshit, man. Honestly, when it comes to that play.
What is he going to challenge? There's a penalty.
Yeah, I'd just say our guys upstairs were pretty adamant about challenging the play.
Pressure up the middle, throws tipped, and it's incomplete.
This might have been the worst officiated game in the history of the NFL. It was so bad, they need to levy criminal charges. Let's ask a few questions. How could these refs be so bad at their job? Was there any actual criminal intent behind this behavior? Did these calls really affect the outcome of this game? And finally, what, if anything, can be done about it? My investigation is coming up right after this. Y'all, I recently discovered a real problem. While out of town, I didn't have access to my local NFL game on my streaming device, the dreaded blackout. I don't have time to set up an HD antenna, and most of them don't even work. Enter private internet access, which linked me into a solution that allowed me to watch every Sunday NFL game without having to sign up for multiple streaming platforms. My night in shining armor. Private internet access is also a secure VPN that keeps my browsing and device safe from prying eyes that want to exploit my personal information. Your data is your life, and you need to do everything you can to protect it. A ton of streaming platforms block content by region. Private internet access allows you to connect to different servers and access full libraries of content that is otherwise restricted. And you can protect an unlimited amount of devices at the same time. With over 30 million downloads, private internet access offers a risk-free value proposition with a 30-day money-back guarantee. Let me make it even easier. Go to piavpn.com/5pointsyt and get 83% off private internet access with 4 months free. Again, visit the link below or scan my QR code and get an 83% discount on private internet access and 4 months free. Thank you, Private Internet Access, for supporting this channel. Let's start with the play everyone is talking about. With the game tied at 7 and 12:57 left in the first half, the Eagles faced a fourth and about half a yard short. Hold on, let's rewind. Before this play, Jalen Hurts scrambled and was hit out of bounds at the Giant 11. Initially, it looked like Hurts both got the line to gain and was hit late. However, the refs took a look at it on expedited review, and Hurts was confirmed short. And Brian Burns contacted him in bounds. You might have thought, okay, this crew is sloppy, but they are correcting their calls, and that should be the precedent for this afternoon. Yeah. No. The Eagles, of course, line up for the tush push on 4th and short, and they get it. But suddenly, Kayvon Thibodeau emerges from the pile with the ball. Breaking news, the Giants found a way to stop the tush push. But then the line judge comes in and rules the play dead? What? Forward progress? The tush push in the past, time and time again, appears to be stopped, only for two Eagles to come mount Jalen Hurts like he was your mom and push him forward for more yards. But now is the time when he is extending the ball forward and getting it stripped from him. Now it's forward progress. Even more egregious, the whistle blew a full 3 seconds after the play was transpiring, after Thibodeau has the ball.
Ball is taken away from Kayvon Thibodeau.
Help it make sense. Fighting off an aneurysm, Brian Daboll immediately threw both a fit and the challenge flag. However, the ref, Brad Rogers, explained, "We ruled forward progress on the play for a first down. New York had challenged the play. I explained to them that this was ruled forward progress. There was no challenge on the play." Again, it was not whistled dead for forward progress until well after the play.
Ball is taken away from Kayvon Thibodeau.
Daboll then still threw the red challenge flag and challenged what? That was not explained in the booth as to what was being challenged, nor when the ref came out to uphold the call what was being challenged either. The senseless red flag, which was still allowed, ended up costing the Giants a timeout. I don't understand how the line judge can make such a terrible call, and then they absolutely had the opportunity to correct this either under expedited review, and they did nothing about it. You have seen ref crews in the past bend rules in the interest of getting things right. You can't argue that the offense stopped playing on account of a premature whistle. The ball was still moving. After the game, Kayvon Thibodeau had this to say.
I don't know, that's some bullshit, man. Honestly, when it comes to that play and what happened, I feel like, the refs, they got a kind of a hard job because they don't know when to stop it.
It's honestly unfathomable how incompetent this guy is. There's just no justification that is rational, well, other than an interest in swaying the outcome of the game or egregious incompetence, which is not rational. 2 plays after the mystery challenge, the Eagles scored a TD, and from then on, it was all Kelly Green. Now let's go back to 6:15 in the first quarter, as this was another unusual event of the afternoon. The Eagles line up for a 58-yard field goal. Everything looks perfectly normal. However, during the kick, a whistle is mysteriously blown.
Elliott boots it up
And there was no offsides, no delay of game, no indication a timeout was being called. Just a phantom whistle that was never explained. I know it seems innocuous and didn't affect the actual play, but it's still very suspicious and odd behavior. People tend to misstep when they are under pressure. Makes you think. Following the second Eagles touchdown, there was a devastating and controversial moment. With 8:07 left in the second quarter, Jackson Dart throws a seemingly benign pass to Cam Skattebo. Season done. His ankle twisted worse than Large Marge's semi-truck on that cold winter night.
Look like this.
But here's where the controversy arose. Was this a hip drop tackle by Zach Bond? First, let's look at the rule. A hip drop tackle is defined as a tackle where the defender wraps the runner with both arms, then unweights himself by swiveling and dropping his hips, landing on and trapping the runner's legs at or below the knee. Bond has both arms around Scat as they fall to the ground. He definitely unweights himself, and Skattebo's legs get caught underneath Cam Skattebo. Clearly missing from the play is the swiveling in the rule or the intentional trapping of the legs. Unfortunately, Skattebo's right ankle gets planted in the turf and then gets put in a blender. Does Bond get there a little early? Yeah, but there also wasn't much separation on the route, and overall, not a clean football play. I honestly don't think it was a hip drop by rule. It just was an unfortunate incident. And Philly fans gave Scat a standing ovation, knowing that the Giants season is 100% fucked. And that was classy. No hating on that whatsoever. But buckle up. Shit's about to get even crazier. In the second quarter, on 2nd and 7 at the Giant 11, with the Eagles leading 14-10, once again, the refs blow a clear call. Jordan Mailata moves first, causing Kayvon Thibodeau to jump, and the refs call it on Tibbs. And they don't review it, they don't talk it over, they don't even act like they messed up. This is blatant at this point. It's unquestionably clear as day. One play later, a touchdown is scored. Had the Giants held there, they would have been down only 7 headed into the half. Instead, it was 21-10, and the momentum had completely gone. At 9:26 left in the third quarter, Corey Black, making his NFL debut, is called for defensive pass interference after it looked like the Giants would get off the field down only 11 points. Well, nope. Mutual touching at best, and again suspicious, as the Eagles kicked a field goal and expanded their lead to 2 scores. Still not even close to the worst PI call of the afternoon, as now with 9:46 left in the game, Jackson Dart finds Darius Slayton for a beautiful 68-yard pass and catch. Absolutely textbook. The flag must have been for DPI, right? When he got his jersey tugged, right? Offensive pass interference. Offensive Pass interference. At this point, Dable absolutely loses it, as any human being would. The Giants could have cut the deficit at 10, and if anyone knows a comeback is possible, it's the Giants. I'm surprised Dable doesn't escalate this into a physical altercation, to be honest with you. Mind you, this was 4th down, so the Giants not only lose the TD, but they are forced to punt on the next play. The Eagles then march down the field and score, making the game 38-13 and completely over. I honestly wish we were done, but this is another plot twist. The Giants probably shouldn't have even been in the position to commit that penalty. Before the OPI, Jackson Dart was hit as he threw and the ball squirted out. Clearly a fumble. Look, it might have been going forward half an inch, but that is the tiniest of margins there in real time. That looks like a fumble. For the Giants to get a break there, it seemed remarkably disingenuous and insulting. It's like the refs somehow knew they had to wipe some of the blood off their hands, just not all of it, or maybe not all of them were in on the fix. Okay, it's time for analysis. I said I would do that at the beginning of the video. Look, the Giants lost 38-20, and yes, the bad calls manipulated the score, but if you ask me, a Giant fan, not the final outcome. This is a broken, snake-bitten, and incompetently led football team that blows 4th quarter leads, lets other teams score in mere seconds when they need a stop, drops 8 into coverage when the pass rush has been eating all day, and overall is just a shit fucking team. However, you can look to a massive swing in score and margin of victory from multiple plays directly: the missed fumble, the overturned TD, the missed false start. You don't know for sure what happens, but that would at least bring the Giants within a TD when zeros hit the clock. What was the line before the game? Eagles minus 7.5. Cue that X-Files music. Lastly, what can be done? Well, I flat guarantee you, nothing will be said publicly about this officiating crew, especially not from the NFL. Refs are rarely disciplined in season and only typically fired during the off season, if ever. The only thing that can be done is the open questioning by us, the fans, because the players and coaches aren't even allowed to do that without busting out their checkbooks, which is one of the weirdest rules in all of sports. You can also just at the FBI's Twitter account. Well, I hope you enjoyed this video. And yes, it's a little tongue-in-cheek, but you always have to wonder.
What was your initial reaction, and what have the last 36 hours been like for you?
And finally, rest in peace, Nick Mangold, one of the greatest Jets of all time, and just what seems by all accounts to be a fantastic human being.